Helicopter hunting. Helicopter hunting method for wolves in Texas. High above the rugged plains of Texas, a shadow cuts through the sky. It's not a bird. It's not a storm. It's a helicopter, and it's on a mission. Below, wolves move silently through the brush. To the ground observer, they're nearly invisible, blending seamlessly into thickets and shadows. But from the air, nothing escapes. Every movement, every shift in the grass, is revealed. This isn't just hunting. This is control from the clouds. Helicopter hunting has become one of the most effective and controversial strategies for managing the wolf population in Texas. These predators are clever, fast, and nearly impossible to pursue in traditional ground hunts. They vanish into deep canyons, slip into brush, and outmaneuver even the most skilled trackers. But in the air, the hunters finally gain the upper hand: speed, visibility, and precision. And yet, this process is far more complex than flying and firing. It begins with strategy. Before the helicopter even lifts off, ground teams prepare for days. They study wolf movement, analyze fresh tracks, and map predation hotspots where livestock has been taken. Local ranchers provide crucial intel, pointing to areas where their herds were attacked. Wildlife officials share data on wolf pack ranges. It's part science, part instinct, a coordinated chess game against nature's most elusive predators. Once in the air, every second counts. The pilot maneuvers low, hugging treetops and canyon ridges. Below, wolves scatter, but they can't outrun the sky. Marksmen lean out of open doors, rifles steady against the wind. There is no chaos here, no careless shouting. Only calm concentration. A call comes from the pilot: target ahead. The rifle steadies, breath slows, trigger squeezes. One shot, quick, clean, humane. If the wolf falls, the operation continues smoothly. If not, a follow-up shot ensures no prolonged suffering. This isn't sport. This is precision removal, carried out with strict discipline. Every confirmed kill is logged: GPS coordinates, time of day, weather, even the wolf's condition. Back at base, this data is reported to Texas wildlife authorities. These records aren't just paperwork, they shape the state's predator management policies, tracking patterns in wolf populations and ensuring balance in the ecosystem. Sometimes, baiting strategies are used in advance. Carcasses of feral hogs or roadkill are placed in wolf-heavy zones. The scent travels for miles, drawing wolves to predictable locations. By the time the helicopter arrives, the stage is already set. And as the shots are fired, cameras record everything. High-powered lenses capture the pursuit from first sighting to final kill. These videos are reviewed later for confirmation, training, and accountability. Mistakes are not tolerated. Helicopter hunting is expensive, risky, and dangerous. It's not the first choice, it's the last line of defense. But in Texas, where the land is vast and unforgiving, it remains one of the few tools powerful enough to keep wolves in check. Warning sign: risks. Helicopter hunting safety concerns. Soaring above Texas in a helicopter may sound like the ultimate high ground advantage. But behind the speed and visibility lies a reality few understand. This is one of the most dangerous methods of predator control. Why do hunters risk it? Because wolves often roam rugged landscapes where vehicles cannot go. From the air, hunters can scan entire valleys in seconds, cover miles of terrain in minutes, and strike quickly without disturbing fragile ecosystems. This efficiency has made aerial hunting invaluable, especially for ranching regions where wolf predation can devastate herds overnight. In fact, statistics show that thanks to aerial wolf operations, livestock losses in Texas have dropped by over 20% in the past decade. For ranchers, that's not a number, it's survival. But every successful mission hides a ballet of danger. Flying low over treetops, through high winds and unpredictable terrain, pushes even veteran pilots to their limits. A sudden gust, a blade striking a branch, an engine malfunction, disaster is always one mistake away. For the marksman, the stakes are just as high. Leaning out of the side of a helicopter, firing at a fast-moving target while battling turbulence and adrenaline, it requires absolute focus. A missed shot doesn't just mean failure. It risks injuring the animal, endangering livestock below, or even destabilizing the helicopter itself. Communication is survival. Pilot and shooter must function as one. A single mistimed turn or misheard command could spell catastrophe. And when the weather shifts, dust storms, sudden rain, or high winds, entire missions must be aborted. The sky is unforgiving, and it never grants second chances. And beyond physical danger lies public and ethical risk. Every aerial hunt is scrutinized by wildlife agencies, ranching communities, and animal rights groups. A single mistake or reckless decision could mean revoked licenses, lawsuits, or national backlash. Despite this, many argue helicopter hunting provides the delicate balance between necessity and conservation. It reduces predation while funding broader wildlife programs through licensing and regulation. But success in the air is built on training, safety checks, and respect for the danger. Without discipline, the risks outweigh the rewards. Scroll regulations. Year-round wolf hunting laws in Texas. In the unpredictable wilds of Texas, the rules of the hunt matter just as much as skill. Wolf hunting is legal year-round, but it is not a free-for-all. Hunters must follow strict laws designed to protect human life, livestock, and ecosystems. Firing near public roads is prohibited. A safe distance from homes and buildings must be kept at all times. Violating these rules doesn't just risk fines, it erodes public trust, the very trust that allows hunting programs to exist in the first place. Permits are required for helicopter hunts. Hunters must log operations, report data, and remain accountable to state authorities. These laws maintain order and ensure wolf control doesn't spiral into uncontrolled slaughter. But the legal side is only one piece. The reality is far harsher. Texas terrain tests every hunter's endurance. Wolves move across dense forests, rocky canyons, and endless prairies. Tracking them means long hours, days without rest, and survival under brutal weather, 100-degree heat in summer, biting cold in winter. Fatigue can cloud judgment. It can make a steady hand shake, a sharp eye blur. That's why physical conditioning is just as vital as marksmanship. Out here, weakness is punished, not by law, but by the land itself. And yet, the reason behind these hunts is bigger than the hunters themselves. Wolves are apex predators. Without balance, they decimate prey populations, unraveling entire ecosystems. Regulated hunting isn't destruction, it's conservation. This is the paradox of Texas. To protect the wild, sometimes it must be controlled. And those who take up that responsibility must answer not just to the law, but to nature itself. Weightlifter / physical preparation. Survival and endurance for wolf hunters. Here I would expand with brutal environmental conditions, endurance training, survival gear, dehydration risks, psychological stamina, etc. The hidden war on farms, roads, and ecosystems. Aggression and attacks on livestock. The aggression of wild boars is not just a nuisance, it's a force of destruction that reaches even the minutest corners of rural life. Farmers across Europe and beyond know this all too well. These animals are not content with rooting through fields, they attack livestock, targeting the most vulnerable. Newborn piglets, lambs, and even baby goats fall victim to sudden, violent attacks. A wild boar's bite or a sharp gore from its tusks can leave deep wounds, broken bones, and in many cases, death. For a farmer, this isn't just the loss of an animal. It's the loss of an income stream, a family's food source, and years of careful breeding. The constant fear of attack transforms daily routines into tense patrols. Some farmers spend nights awake, circling their land, hoping to keep their herds safe. Others resort to fencing, alarms, or even dogs trained specifically to ward off wild pigs. But the danger isn't confined to the barnyard. It stretches far beyond, onto roads, highways, and into the lives of unsuspecting families. Deadly collisions on roads and highways. Highways and rural roads have become battlegrounds. Under the cover of darkness, wild boars move silently across traffic routes. With poor visibility and their sudden bursts of speed, avoiding them is nearly impossible. Italy has seen a surge in these deadly collisions in the last decade. A single boar can weigh over 200 pounds. When it collides with a vehicle, the results are catastrophic: cars crumpled, drivers injured, passengers killed. Unlike deer or smaller animals, wild boars show no fear of vehicles. They rush forward, moving unpredictably, leaving drivers with only a second to react. Families returning from holidays, workers commuting late at night, young drivers on quiet rural lanes, all are at risk. This problem is no longer a rural inconvenience. It is a public safety crisis. The global spread, Canada, United States, and beyond. While Italy struggles with its escalating crisis, the wild boar invasion is spreading worldwide. Across Canada, the United States, and large parts of Europe, wild pigs are expanding their territory at an alarming rate. In Canada, provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba have become hotbeds of activity. Even snow-covered forests are no refuge. Boars adapt, burrowing into snowdrifts for warmth or hiding in thick brush to escape predators. Wildlife officials call them the most intelligent and elusive invasive species ever encountered. In the United States, the southern states of Texas, Florida, and Georgia are overrun. But this invasion is pushing northward, into Michigan, Oregon, and even upstate New York. Much of this spread is worsened by humans illegally transporting pigs for hunting, creating new colonies almost overnight. Agricultural impact in Italy. Nowhere is the impact clearer than in Italy. Here, wild boars move in silence, striking under cover of night. By dawn, the devastation is revealed: vineyards stripped, wheat fields destroyed, olive groves ripped apart. This is more than lost crops. According to the Italian Farmers Organization, feral pigs cause over €100 million in agricultural damage every year. The destruction isn't random. Wild pigs target wheat, corn, grapes, olives, and sunflowers, the backbone of Italy's food economy. They don't just eat, they tear up soil searching for roots and insects, leaving land scarred and unusable. Vineyards and olive trees, which take years to cultivate, can be wiped out in a single night. 4 small family farms, the lifeblood of Italy's agricultural tradition, the arrival of a wild pig sounder is a death sentence. What once was a manageable population has exploded into an uncontrollable crisis, fueled by abandoned farmland, warmer winters, and a lack of predators. Hunting and control efforts. To fight back, Italy relies on 2 main strategies: seasonal hunting and government-planned hunting. Seasonal hunts, running from September to December, these hunts are highly organized and regulated. Teams of licensed hunters move across farmlands and forests, using rifles, traps, and dogs to reduce populations. They also provide critical data for wildlife officials to plan future control efforts. Government-planned hunts, these are emergency responses. When a region reports severe damage or safety risks, specialized teams, hunters, veterinarians, and wildlife officers move in swiftly. These hunts are precise, targeting areas near farms or urban zones to reduce immediate threats. Both methods are essential, but neither is enough. Wild boars are highly intelligent. They learn. They adapt. Traps that once worked lose effectiveness as pigs outsmart them. Even after a major cull, populations rebound quickly. A single sow can produce 2 litters per year, each with 5 to 12 piglets. Within months, numbers rise again. Ecosystem disruption. Wild boars aren't just a farming issue. Their spread is a full-blown ecological crisis. They compete with native animals for food. They destroy bird nests and wipe out ground-dwelling species. Their routing tears apart wetlands, altering water systems and soil balance. They create perfect conditions for invasive plants to spread. And worst of all, they carry diseases that can infect livestock and wildlife. The natural balance of entire regions is being rewritten by their presence. Solutions and divided opinions. Authorities are fighting back with every tool available: fences, aerial hunting, trapping, and even AI-powered sensors that track pig movements in real time. Farmers, hunters, scientists, and governments are working together, but coordination is difficult. Wild pigs don't recognize borders, yet policies often stop at them. In Italy, the debate rages on. Environmentalists argue for non-lethal methods like sterilization or relocation. Farmers and hunters demand larger culls. Policymakers remain caught in the middle, struggling to protect agriculture, ecosystems, and the species itself. Technology offers hope, but it requires money and time, 2 things rural communities are running out of. Conclusion: a battle for survival. The war against wild boars is about more than crops. It is about survival, of farmers, of ecosystems, and of traditions that stretch back centuries. From the rolling hills of Tuscany to the plains of Lazio, every vineyard, every field, and every family is at stake. The question now is not whether action should be taken, but whether it can be taken fast enough. Wild boars are strong. They are fast. And they are everywhere. Can we stop the wild boar invasion before it's too late? Tell us what you think in the comments below. And if you want to see how this story continues, with even more shocking footage and stories from across the globe, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Because this battle is only beginning.